All right, I think we're live. Hello, YouTube.
Top in the morning.
Morning.
All right.
Welcome to the In-Season Podcast.
Right. Um, I should start saying that more. Uh, Usually we just get right into it. But
We need a flashy, intro theme song logo, just kind of
an editor or
animation
producer
thing.
or something.
I don't know. I've seen like other podcasts that have the little screen and like live and a countdown and everything, and then they give a music thing, but that's all. They probably got a whole studio of people back behind them, like
Yeah.
switching cameras for them and just, you know, um,
hmm
yeah,
Everybody's mic'd up.
yeah, yeah. Or if you guys watch Letterkenny at all, by any chance, on Hulu, Mike
No,
Dude,
doesn't ring a bell.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Or wait, was it Letterkenny or it may have been the spin-off Shoresy. But yeah, they
Ooh.
got they got um yeah, these hockey players like saying little quips between each other on the ice, and they've got them all with microphones on, so while they're recording the footage and stuff, and one of the team owners always calls it mic'd out instead of mic'd up, and
Yeah.
people correct her, it's mic'd out. And she's like, "That's right, that's what I said, mic'd out, mic'd up, mic'd out."
Um,
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Is it up, out? It's definitely not mic'd in.
uh,
Um, so do we have something? What we have
yeah, I got
things.
something.
What
A
are we
few.
going to go with first?
What I found interesting, I'm not gonna say the most interesting, but what caught my attention was Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Uh,
Mm,
because I never played Elder Scrolls, but I played Fallout since Fallout. And
yeah. There's
it's
another. Wait, so you played Fallout since fall, like number one, like the
yes.
isomet. Wow, really?
Yeah.
I
Uh
only I only jumped on the Bethesda bandwagon with number three, but
yeah,
you're you're extra cool.
I've played New Vegas. I played one, uh
Oh,
three, uh yeah,
yeah.
76. Uh
I've got a new baby character in 76, just like level 30, still going through like following the overseer. So
nice.
I gotta
Um
go
Anyhow,
back.
I got the article that you put here and
There's
I
multiple
wasn't
articles.
the
There's a
one
couple.
for Fallout, there's a couple for that?
There's a couple, yes, a couple Fallout related news articles that all just showed up this morning. So I don't know what I shared, what I um go with yours first, and we'll see what else I can add. But there's more than just one Fallout news story today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Well, the second
There
one
you
is a good one.
Okay, there it goes. Uh, oh my goodness. Go ahead, Mark. Can you do that while I'm going through technical
Okay.
difficulties?
Um, well, do you want, I guess I'll go through both of them. Um, Wait, hold on. I think I need to refresh this here because I'm not seeing me. Um, uh, uh, I actually don't see that in this chat here. I might have it on my phone, but yes, there is chats. Um,
Um,
this
was
is
I
just so awkward, isn't it? Uh,
sorry for the delay, you guys. I
yeah.
know we should have been ready.
Yes, there have been
um,
many technical difficulties across multiple devices, across multiple members of this podcast this whole week. And so we
Almost
are
there.
just discombobulated. Um,
How about this? We have
okay.
epilepsy.
Number one, gamesindustry.biz, regarding, the, um, the Bethesda, so Fallout and, Elder Scrolls. The title of the article, it just says, in quote, they want us to accept this as a done deal and quietly disappear. Bethesda union members organize a protest in response to Xbox layoffs. Apparently, 441 BGS devs were affected by cuts at Bethesda Game Studios, id Software, and ZeniMax Online. Um, One BGS plans to hold marches outside the company's studios in Montreal, Rockville, Austin, and Texas, according to an email, um, from the community. That's all of their locations that I'm aware of. Um,
I
so
was waiting for next one.
Yeah. So the quote, because we organized and certified our unions, we have hard-won legal rights and protections that non-unionized studios simply do not have, said one BGS. BGS, um, for those, unfamiliar, and I'm just assuming, but BGS in this context, believe stands for Bethesda Game Studios, because Bethesda is an umbrella, has bought a whole bunch of other different game studios and kind of folded them into their, you know, company, basically, normal corporate capitalist conglomeration bloat growth type stuff. Um, so, um, quote, the company wants us to accept this as a done deal and okay, we won't let that happen. Our next steps are to mobilize. We need every single member visible and unified. A total of 440 union members were affected by the layoffs across Bethesda and ZeniMax. This includes 96 at id Software, 40 remote workers at BGS Dallas, 22 at BGS Austin, 213 at ZeniMax Online Studios in Maryland, and 166 at ZeniMax Media. Microsoft and BGS are trying to frame these cuts as an entrepreneurial change in the scope of business. They're claiming they are transitioning from a studio-based business model, excuse me, transitioning from a studio-based business model to a franchise-based model to dodge their legal obligation to bargain the decision with us. The union continued. That's interesting. Okay, so Bethesda CEO Jill Braff stated this in an email to employees earlier this week, adding that the company would, quote, align the right talent, technology, and resources across the transition by focusing on its, quote, strongest franchises. While we push that legal fight forward, Microsoft is still legally required right now to sit down with us for effects bargaining, said one BGS. Quote, this means we have the right to negotiate exactly how these layoffs impact our people, and we are heading to the table to fight for every single affected worker. The union concluded, quote, we are going to be demanding preferential transfers to force Microsoft to place affected BGS workers into open roles across Xbox and Microsoft first. Stronger severance and extended healthcare to ensure no one is financially abandoned, as well as recall rights to ensure our laid off members are the first ones hired back when BGS expands. One BGS was formed in 2024 when it joined the Communication Workers of America. It was the third ZeniMax-owned studio to unionize following one BGS Montreal and ZeniMax workers after Microsoft and the CWA entered a labor neutrality agreement in 2022. Okay, interesting. So, yeah,
I was waiting for that next Fallout. Yeah,
I don't think that this is affecting any of that.
they're just getting rid of Xbox.
No,
Hmm.
it doesn't sound like, I mean, the next Fallout has
2027, I
not
hope.
even, it's not, huh?
I think they said Elder Scrolls was going to come out first, which was this year, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. I would be
Uh,
surprised if Elder Scrolls 6 comes out this year.
I read
I
an
haven't
article
seen it.
last year. I don't know when it comes out. I
I
just
mean,
thought it
mm,
was this year.
yeah, they say a lot of stuff. Yeah. So transitioning from a studio-based model to a franchise-based model kind of makes sense. Um, Essentially, they're trying to go from the siloed individual studios that they have bought over the years that have kind of operated as um, semi-independent teams. You know, they've kind of kept them somewhat intact because those are the groups that had been responsible for the intellectual property that made those game studios worth buying in the first place. But all of that was done under Bethesda as an independent company, and Bethesda Game Studios was purchased by Microsoft,
Remember,
particularly by Xbox, um, which is weird in the way like that the like Xbox games operates semi independently from like the broader Microsoft in this sort of same way that Bethesda Game Studios has all of these other game studios underneath it, right? Um, so to go from that and having those independent, formerly independent game companies operating as teams with their own projects and everything, and just say, you know, we are Bethesda Games and we have these games that we're working on instead of these teams are working on their own games that they had decided on um, internally in their own teams. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's sort of consolidation. And I mean, in that sort of consolidation, there's kind of the corporate redundancies. And that's, you know, yeah, it it's it makes sense though.
Um,
The collective bargaining there, it makes sense for them to extract commitments that the existing, any existing open positions should be filled by preferentially, or should preferentially consider um, any of these unionized employees who are qualified for those roles, um, as opposed to just kicking them to the street and looking completely elsewhere for, hiring externally somebody that they're going to go through the whole onboarding process again. So yeah, I don't know. I think it makes sense what they said at the end. Um, yeah, I'm kind of surprised at how new the the union there is, that it was only in 2024 that it had created, or that it was created. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Um, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, with these video game companies, 440 workers is really a very small adjustment in their workforce. And what is not included in any way in this article is what the nature of those roles that they're eliminating were, right? Um,
oh, I
if
forgot what I was
there
gonna say. Go
if
ahead.
there was layers of middle management held over, carried over from when these companies were independent and they needed that middle management in their own structure, um, which now, had become redundant in the reorganized, or in the um, purchased um, umbrella, then it may make perfect sense for them to just give the severance, whatever it is that they've agreed to. A lot of management have really generous severance agreements. If you were, a manager and they paid you a lump sum of, like, let's say 2 years salary, I'm just making that up, extremely generous. It's not likely that that's what they've got, but a lump sum of 2 years, um, 2 years salary, and they continue to fund your current existing healthcare plan in an ongoing basis, and your 401k is all like completely vested, and all of this stuff, then getting laid off isn't necessarily always going to be a bad thing. You know, you get that severance pay even if you find a new job immediately. It's not like contingent on you being unemployed. So, um, yeah, uh, a lot of times you don't necessarily even need to fight that hard for your job back. You're just fighting um, for a better deal, a better severance. Um, which, why not? If they're kicking you to the curb after years of dedication to the company, right? Which a lot of these game studios do elicit that sort of devotion and dedication from their game staff, or from their staff. Yeah. Um, you know, uh, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about dodging their legal obligation to bargain the decision with them. I'm not sure yeah, what that obligation is. I don't know. I don't know. But what they said at the end, what they're fighting for, it makes perfect sense. That's exactly what a union should be doing.
So you're
And
telling me
I'm
we're gonna get Fallout still?
yeah. I mean,
What about the
Fallout,
show?
oh, Amazon is making the show. They're basically just dumping money into Bethesda's pockets to let them use the game universe as their setting. So that would make absolutely no sense for them to shut that down. Fallout is like Fallout and Elder Scrolls are like the crown jewels in Bethesda's intellectual property.
Yeah.
They are the mainline games, the two biggest, you know, that Bethesda themselves actually make, as opposed to the games that studios that Bethesda has acquired make, ZeniMax um,
I
what
remember.
others?
I remember when Bethesda
Obsidian.
got Fallout. Uh, the next one, you could totally tell the difference on who made it or not.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was entirely, yeah, basically it was like um playing an Elder Scrolls game that was set in the
Fallout.
the Fallout world. Yeah. Which, hey, I loved the Elder Scrolls RPG, like first person RPG style. Um I was a fan of Obsidian um before the first, or not of Obsidian, of
Oblivion.
Oblivion. Oblivion.
I was
Yeah.
obsessed with that game.
Oh my gosh. So good.
Didn't get to
It
play
was
it.
great.
Stuck to Fallout. Yeah. Yeah.
They're not mutually exclusive.
Fallout was
Like,
a favorite, so I just tried to beat all those, and I
oh,
always got really far in them and never beat them all.
mm,
Yeah. My back hurts. So I didn't sleep right last night. I told you guys why, but yeah. Uh, I got something here, and I believe
wait,
Andrea sent it. Oh, go ahead. This one.
there was another,
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
wait,
I did see that.
yeah, there was,
Two about
yes,
Fallout.
it's brand new news, brand new news. But yes, I don't have the article that I saw. I need to find something. Okay, yeah, but Microsoft and Xbox have officially tasked Obsidian Entertainment with developing a brand new standalone Fallout game.
Hmm,
The
interesting.
makers of Fallout New Vegas are going to be making another Fallout game.
Nice, because Fallout New Vegas was nice.
Fallout New
The only one
Vegas.
that was slightly different than both.
Yeah. It's clear that it's a little different from the rest. Yeah. And it's considered by many to be the best Fallout game. But here we go. From PC Gamer. This is not the article I saw earlier, but everybody in the gaming world, like all of the news outlets, are going to be excited about this. So, Obsidian is reportedly making a new Fallout game headed by Josh Sawyer after Microsoft pulled the plug on an Avowed sequel. I'm not sure about Avowed. I've not played that one, but yes, a Bloomberg report says Obsidian Entertainment, which was recently hit hard by mass layoffs at Xbox, has canceled projects, including a sequel to Avowed, and will instead begin working on a new Fallout game. The plans are, quote, in flux and could change, according to the report. A California WARN report, WARN, all in caps. It must be an acronym for something, but they don't give any indication. A California WARN report shared by GameFile says 52 employees at Obsidian were let go in the layoffs, which Bloomberg says represents roughly a quarter of the studio's workforce. That's pretty brutal. The
Yeah.
sequel to Avowed, the outstanding 2025 first-person RPG set in the studio's Pillars of Eternity universe, is one of multiple unannounced games in development that have been canceled amidst the bloodletting. Instead of that, a new Fallout game is reportedly being headed up by Obsidian design director Josh Sawyer. Sawyer has an enviable record of RPG credits to his name, most notably in this moment as the lead designer and director of Fallout New Vegas. So, yeah, getting him back in the saddle.
Nice.
Still, I'll be the first to say it in this story at least. This sucks. What? I'm as down for a new Fallout as much as the next guy, but I could also really go for more pillars. I don't know. I don't know anything about the Pillars of Eternity game universe. I did not know anything
Yeah.
about Avowed, so I don't care that much. It sucks people lost their jobs, but
Yeah.
this is this is this is good news in my opinion. I'm sorry. They'll get they'll get
Likewise,
severance and
except for the loss
whatnot.
of jobs. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yes, I could really go for more pillars or whatever non-Fallout RPG Sawyer was reportedly directing before his attention was diverted to this. Uh, I also can't help wondering how the circumstances will impact what ultimately comes out of this. Sawyer has previously said he'd head up a new Fallout game if Microsoft asked, if he could do it on his own terms. But I doubt his terms would ever have included seeing a quarter of the studio put out of work. Yeah, probably.
Right.
Or that the mood among those who remain is going to contribute positively to the project. Yeah, I don't know. I've reached out to Obsidian for comment on the report and will update if I receive a reply. In the meantime, if you want to see what Sawyer and Obsidian can do when they don't have shareholder obsessed overlords breathing down their necks. Overlords. So, uh, insidious sounding. Wow. I would urge you to check out Pentiment. Oh, Pentiment. I've heard of that game. An
I have not.
astonishingly, yeah, an astonishingly good slow burn journey through 16th century Bavaria. Currently on sale for $10 or £7 or €10. That's half price in the Steam summer sale. So, yeah, new Fallout by Obsidian. Um, by
Um,
apparently, I guess what we can assume will be a grouchy Obsidian. Um,
being that the game is
um,
much cheaper, does that reflect on how good the game is?
what, Pentiment?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the price.
Oh, no, it's just on sale,
Okay.
but it's different. It's
'Cause
very
that's really
different.
cheap.
Yeah, half price. But it's very different from the Fallout games and everything, you know. Don't just jump on it just because it's mentioned here, you
I
know.
won't.
Yeah. But it is kind of cool. Um,
You have Xbox, right?
I do.
Okay. I think I accessed that today, maybe yesterday. So, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I've
Pentiment
been
is a 2D historical narrative game. Players investigate a series of murders as a journeyman artist. Unique art style mimics medieval manuscripts and woodcuts. So yeah, it's an interesting, unusual game.
oh, I guess probably check it out. Probably look into it. I've always been a PlayStation guy, so
Yeah,
my cousin had Xbox, so I've seen it and played it a little bit. I don't like how the controller's shaped, uh,
I
but
don't
I mean,
like
it's
how the
something.
PlayStation controller shape.
I was gonna say it's something you got to get used to, because I figured you would say that about PlayStation
Well,
2.
the Xbox Elite controller has the paddles on the back, so everything's all, you know, right there, right there. The bumper's right there. It's just right naturally where they fall. The PlayStation does not have that.
It's on top. You gotta make me go get this controller.
And it's up on top here too. So
Are
what?
you gonna,
On top and on the back here.
Andrea,
These
keep
two
him
here.
there?
And they can all be reprogrammed, reassigned, redone everything. And I can change the color of the button when I turn it
I don't think
on.
I don't think I ever played an Xbox before. I
You
always
see
had PlayStations. I see
the
it.
blue and white and red. So I know which game it's set for. And the thumbsticks responsiveness can be changed dynamically. Yeah, I don't know.
I
Look, is
haven't
just,
played video games in like 15 years.
well, that's your own fault.
Everything went online and I didn't like it because I just kept getting killed as soon as I logged in, so I quit playing.
Yeah, everything did go online. My dad didn't like that, and then he was like, "Oh no, now they want you to pay for it. Perfect. I won't play it." Um, but back to these
I
controllers. Uh, yeah, I like how these two are right here and the bumpers are right there, because then you're just like this. Uh,
Yeah,
and then,
yeah,
but this controller, it's been
exactly.
sitting so for so long, it's so dusty.
Right? Bumpers, triggers right there, but plus
I like
two
these two
more.
right
So
here. The
you see all, and yeah, I still got thumbsticks. And I can
yeah,
change the way the analog sticks respond to how I position them. And I can
likewise.
swap out the size,
So can
you
I?
know,
Wait,
size and
no, I
shape.
can't. Wait, yeah, I
Yeah,
can't do that.
change those. I can change the D-pad to just a regular, all of that's magnetic. I
I
can
got this
change,
right here.
reassign all
Oh
of every
shit. This
single
might turn it
button
on.
to change and represent if I want what X, Y, A, B to be A, B, X, Y. I can do that just
I cannot.
in the software. I can store three different profiles with all completely different remapped buttons. And I can
Uh,
assign these to be any button I want in also.
yeah,
That's
the
why
controller. I mean,
that's
the
why
games
this
come
it's
sh-
with.
elite. It's the elite controller.
this shit has
Yeah,
gotten out of hand.
they don't
Yeah.
naturally come like that. You got to go look for that.
And it's
This one's
Bluetooth, so
so
I can pair it
dusty.
with my laptop and game on my laptop with it too. It's not just an Xbox thing. So,
My
yeah,
PlayStation has been sitting still
it's
for about
just
eight
yeah.
months, and it's like really dusty. I don't know if you can see
Wow.
this. And this one too is the first time I picked them up in a very long time, and they are in need of some dusting. Oh shit, that dust
Some
is ugly.
TLC.
Yeah, they could really use some TLC right about now. Uh, and this one, uh, I ordered red, at least I thought, and it came and it was pink. I don't know what they would call this. Is this pink? Would this be considered pink?
It
Pink,
looks
that
red to
looks
me.
pink. Magenta, magenta-y,
Magenta.
magenta,
There we go.
pinky, pinkish.
Yeah.
I would say red.
Yeah, if you've seen it, you wouldn't say red. It's not red. I didn't look at it. You know me, when I go to Amazon, I get what I need, and the closest to looking like something I need, I might get. Uh, yeah, so I got a controller thinking, okay, I got a cool controller. It's a red one. I love red. Not what they sent me. But before I went and blamed them, I went and checked it out, and it said that it was not red. I just looked at it. Controller, nice, red, okay. Didn't read the details because in the
Always read the
details it
details.
says magenta, and I was like, okay, you guys got me there. The disclaimer's there. You told me it's not red, uh, but
It
yeah, I
works
still like
fine.
PlayStation. Yeah, it works fine. Uh,
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
uh, so I
Oh,
got this
I
article
even
here.
just recently saw the South Park episode where they were figuring out like the Black Friday deals and all of the fourth grade were all divided into PlayStation or Xbox camps and fighting over which ones. And they were talking about the details and the seamless media's integration functionality. And I like the shape of the controller more. You didn't listen. You never listened to me when I tell you why it's better.
Um, I got
This,
this article here that
yeah.
Andrea sent, and
Ah,
yeah, not gonna make you read
Is
it
it-
though. It's
Thank you,
about the
because
cat.
my eyes just don't do well. That I just found that to be hilarious
Oh, okay.
and
Well,
disturbing at the same time.
yeah. The first part of the title is interesting, and then it gets disturbing. Uh, anyway, article came out yesterday. It says man claims his cat got jury duty, and he spent 6 weeks fighting to get it out. Oh, fighting to get out of it. Uh, the Felix Martinez jury duty story was made up, but a Boston cat named Sal Reilly was summoned in the 2009 after a city census mix-up. Mm. American, American bureaucracy has many documented flaws, but one of its most unprecedented ones is that it apparently cannot tell a registered voter from a house cat. Oh, uh, yeah. A viral post on X by user Benny XYZ this week detailed 6 weeks of increasingly futile attempts to explain to the American legal system that this cat could not serve jury duty.
mm,
Mm. Uh, the cat, Felix Martin, got his name on the voter rolls last year after, wait, voter rolls after his last owner's last name appeared on his vet records, and
oh, okay.
summons followed. The county clerk demanded a medical exemption. The pet provided one citing, in quote, species related limitations. Uh, the court rejected it anyway. I took physically, it took physically bringing Felix to the courthouse to end it. A clerk looked at the carrier, realized what she was dealing with, and said, he's a cat, which the owner noted had been his position for 6 weeks. A supervisor traced it to data error, and dismissed the case immediately. The voter registration removal came as part of a deal. A week after that, the owner got a piece of mail, his own voter registration card confirming that Felix had been a registered voter for some time human was ever before his human ever was. Wow. The authors later said
Wait,
he made up the whole
the
story.
the cat was a registered voter before its owner?
Yes. Uh, you know, uh,
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't think I'm registered to vote.
Mm,
I might be.
you
Anyhow,
should be.
I think I voted like 10 years ago, so I might be. Uh,
Mm.
anyhow, it says man's cat receives jury duty summons. Spends 6 weeks. Oh, I don't know why it goes down and then starts another one that says that. But here's the thing: the story hit hard because a version of it actually happened. In late 2009, a Boston couple named Anna
Wait,
and Guy Esposito received a jury duty summons for their
act
cat.
actually happened. So did the other one not? Was the first one that's just like a hoax or like
Uh,
a chat GPT hallucination?
oh, in the end of that one, it says the author later said he made up the whole story. Anyhow, man's
Okay.
cat reaches jury duty summons, spends 6 weeks fighting to get it out of it. Here's the thing: the story hit so hard because a version of it actually happened. In late 2009, a Boston couple named Anna and Guy Esposito received a jury duty summons for their cat, Sal, after listing him under, in quote, pets on the city's census form.
Hmm.
Anna filed to have Sal disqualified on the grounds that he cannot speak English. The jury commissioner denied it. That's why you denied him because he can't speak English. Uh, anyhow, she got a letter from Sal's vet confirming he was, in fact, a cat. Officials initially remained unconvinced. When they asked him guilty or not guilty, what's he supposed to say? Meow. Anna told local news at the time. Guy, for his part, told reporters Sal was a fan of crime shows and, in quote, knows right and wrong, but was still underqualified for jury duty. Sal
Hmm.
was eventually excused. Sal's story stayed dormant until 2011 when the Huffington Post picked it up as new, and then NPR and Daily Mail and dozens of other outlets followed without checking the dateline. CBS Newsletter later ran a corrective piece, calling it a textbook example of a viral rewrite echo chamber in which news organizations cite each other as sources and nobody asks obvious questions. The Sal story, which was genuine, got so muddled in retelling and even its basic facts became contested, which is probably why Felix story spread the way it did. Nobody read it and thought, end quote, that could never happen. They read it and thought about it every time they've been on hold with a government office for 40 minutes over something that should have taken two. The Sal case already proved the system is capable of this. Felix just wrote it funnier. Yeah. Oh, man. How do you get
This,
that mixed up?
well, yeah, I mean, alarm bells, I think, should have been going off when heard that, like, how could the mix up jump from the vet to the voter polls? The cat's first and last name at the vet's registration to the, like, becoming a registered voter doesn't make any sense. Um, the other cat, like, being listed in as a pet in the census, and then a mix up in the bureaucracy once they handle that paper and handle it improperly. That makes sense. But yeah, the first one, Felix one, I should have alarm bell should have gone off. I feel like I should have known. I should have passed the sniff test. But once that one was revealed as
False.
fake, yeah, the other one. But I don't know. I think if anything, I think the story should have been more about how the news outlets reporting in a like a cascading echo chamber, citing each other as sources and just taking for granted that their
Somebody fact
peer,
checked it.
right, taking for granted that their peer organizations were reliable sources of information. And nobody anywhere bothered to fact check it once that first guy failed to fact check it. They all took for granted. What does that say about those organizations and their trustworthiness
Mm.
on anything else? Like
I'm gonna
if
put my
they
mom's
mess up,
dog on the census.
if they mess up on such a trivial thing and don't bother fact checking, like what, how can we take like CBS, like all MSN, I don't know what all the groups, organizations. I don't know if they listed them, any of them, or whatever. I should guess I shouldn't list any particular names without knowing.
Huffington
Um,
Post, NPR, Daily Mail, and dozens of others.
okay, yeah, all of those make perfect sense for. I mean, just
CBS ran a corrective piece.
okay.
Nice.
Well, hey, good job, CBS.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the others, no
Um,
comment.
I did notice they gave this cat a last name. That's something I have not done. I've had quite a few animals and never gave my pets last names.
I mean, it
Uh,
has your last name. When you take them
That's
to the
what they
vet,
always
they
do
associate
at the
your
vet.
last name. Yeah.
okay. Never paid attention to that, but
But that's
yeah.
not a voter roll, so it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't be connected to the voter database. So, yeah. But the other one, the census, that makes sense. But that's not a mistake on the owner's part. That's a bureaucracy error.
Hmm.
And then a cascade of incompetent news outlets and
That would be interesting.
and these news agencies wonder why our generation doesn't find them reliable and trustworthy as I mean they don't even fact check each other. Why should I trust them on anything? NPR? Well, yeah. Okay.
Right.
Well,
Their
let's
boss
not
should make
go
them
into
fact check now.
specifics.
Uh,
All of them, any news outlet, period, if they want to be seen as like authoritative, like at a minimum, verify your fluff pieces, and that'll then we'll start a dialogue about whether I trust you or not. But get those right. And then
that's why I always look
then
up
we'll see
multiple
about the
sites.
big stuff. Yeah, check multiple sites, check what they all say.
Right.
Um, don't trust the left, don't trust the right. Everybody's got a viewpoint they're pushing, including
Right.
me. So I'm not objective. Don't take my word for it either. Just
Thanks for the update.
yes. In
Uh,
case anybody had any questions, like, mm, no, I think it's obvious. I think people know by now.
press that thumbs up button.
If you
If you're
think
watching
Mark is
this,
pushing a viewpoint, press that thumbs up point
there you go.
button.
He said it. His words,
Yeah.
not mine.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for believing in what I believe in.
Everybody has their own biased opinion.
Right. Um, yeah, I got another article here though, and I thought it was interesting only because I had never seen a wolf, and I was watching this one show with I believe it's called Alone, and they were talking about the biggest packs of wolves, and that was in like Patagonia or something like that. Um, but I didn't know we had wolves in California. This
Oh
was in
yeah.
the Los Angeles Times that there's wolves returning. So I was like, it's very interesting. I don't want to run into one of them thinking it's a dog or a stray or anything because there's mountain lions around here too.
And coyotes.
I haven't seen any coyotes, but we got mountain lions
Coyotes
for
are
sure.
everywhere. Coyotes are present in
Definitely in the
um
desert.
every state in the contiguous North American continent.
Got them all over here.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know where not to go. Hey, that rhymes. Uh,
Hmm.
and that wasn't on purpose. But I read this article. It says these wolves returned to California, but their eating habits has sparked the alarm. I wonder if they're eating humans. I have not read this, so I can be just as excited as you guys when I do read it. But it says the return of the wolf in California has been met with joy by conservationists, conservationists who delight in the improbable population rebound, and with fury by ranchers who bemoan the toll of their little cattle. Now, a new study on the diet of gray wolves suggests that the population regrowth is a result of animals feasting on cattle, as their natural prey sources remain comparatively scarce. Researchers at UC Davis found cattle DNA in 72% of wolf scat samples collected in the summer of 2022 and 2023. By comparison, by comparison, mule deer, the primary natural prey for wolves in California, appeared in 45% of samples, and mammals appeared in 51% of samples. Whether it's through scavenging or whether it's through depredation, cattle are a huge component of the wolves' diet, said Tina, lead study author and professor of UC Davis Agricultural and Resource Economics Department. Their conservation suggests it's because of the livestock producers in the state. The study reaffirms fears that many wolves are becoming dependent on cattle as primary food source, as it is easier to feed on slow moving, fatty cows than stock the state's dwindling deer population. Some irregular food items, such as chicken and pig, were also detected in the samples, suggesting that wolves are also scavenging from human and waste disposal sites. Uh, the results of the study, through limited to the Lassen and Harvey wolf packs during a several month period, underscore the challenges of people coexisting with wolves. There were 267 investigations opened by California wildlife officials into wolf livestock uh, predation in 2025, up from 74 the previous year. Of the investigations opened last year, there were 198 livestock losses confirmed, likely due to wolves, generating outrage from Sierra Valley ranchers near here. Oh, interesting. That's way interesting because that is too close to here now that I think about it. I mean,
Ooh.
right. I didn't read that part, but I'll think about it as I'm reading the rest. Wow. Uh, the high rate of kills prompted the California Department of Fish and Wildlife to take the unprecedented step of euthanizing four gray wolves from Bohem Sale Pack that were responsible for 70 livestock deaths in less than 6 months. Wildlife officials have warned of the dangers of wolves becoming overly accustomed to feeding on cattle as opposed to their natural prey of elk or deer. This shift only undermines recovery efforts for the species of California, but also risk altering generational feeding patterns and broader ecological dynamics. The Department of Fish and Wildlife said in a statement, moreover, habitation, habituation to livestock inadvertently draws wolves closer to human communities, correct, increasing the potential for conflict despite their natural avoidance of people. The cattle kill crisis is also costly, which each animal lost setting ranchers back several thousands of dollars. The state has established a program to compensate the ranchers each for each head of cattle lost. And last week, the Department of Fish and Wildlife allocated 2 million to continue compensation efforts and fund non-lethal methods to deter wolves from attacking cattle. Another recent study by UC Davis researchers indicates that wolves are increasing stress levels among the herds of cattle they prey on, which could have further economic consequences for ranchers. Damn. By analyzing researchers tail hair samples. Um, Interesting. Researchers found that herds living among wolves have cortisol levels 58% higher than those living in areas without wolves. What this really confirms is that death or depredation is not the only impact here. Uh, Forgot her name. Satone. I think that's her last name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, Satone said in a statement, living among wolves for cattle is chronically stressful experience, and that could ultimately have production related impacts in both the short term and long term. The presence of wolves in California poses a fresh and complex challenge for state wildlife authorities, and after hunters and trappers pushed the population to extinction around a century ago, the lupines, I think that says lupines, Lupines, have reappeared within the last 15 years, migrating from Oregon and forming new packs largely clustered in the northeastern portion of California. There were 55 wolves confirmed alive and 9 wolf packs by the end of 2025, according to the Department of Fish and Wildlife annual wolf report. Despite the challenges posed by ranchers, wolves play an important role in managing the balance of the ecosystem. As apex predators, they keep the population of mid level predators in check, allowing vegetation and other wildlife species lower on the food chain to thrive. Yeah. Did not know that wolves were that far in California because for the longest time I've heard that they're coming from the north. I am way south from the north. I was worried about them coming to where I was living when I was up north, and they're totally past me now. So they're probably coming from both directions. But it's interesting because now if they do come here, they got a lot of mountain lions. Do you think they could clash a mountain lion with a wolf? A wolf's come in packs, so they might get them.
I mean, I doubt that wolves and mountain lions would fight each other directly. I don't think typically that apex predator goes up against apex predator um
That would be
like that.
interesting.
It, I mean, I guess it would be interesting um in a kind of morbid way. I
Yeah, I
think
was
that
gonna
they
say
tend
that.
to I think that they tend to be like territorial and like sort of, I don't know, claim food supplies, I guess.
You think there could be
And
territorial conflicts between the two?
I mean, if there's territorial overlaps, but there's enough easily accessible cattle and deer and whatnot that they all can eat and not even see
Not be
each
fighting
other.
for territory.
Yeah, not seeing each other, not and not run out of food, not see their their um lifestyle um impacted by it, then I wouldn't see. But I'm not an expert. I don't really know. Um
Um,
I don't think they're going to be friends.
they're not,
yeah,
yeah, they're not buddies.
yeah,
Um
they're always relocating the mountain lion around here. Uh, then they show it on camera jumping someone's back gate fence and crossing the street and walking through their driveway. They're always showing a video like that around here. So the mountain lions, they definitely show themselves often. But if we have wolves now, which is going to be interesting because this area is a lot of cattle. This is where the meat comes from. Out in this area, there's a lot of farms in this area, like huge farms, like farms so big that the city smells like the farm. And yeah, not this city. City's over. Uh,
That's the smell of money right there.
yeah. Uh, and then there's like land along the mountains and stuff where people are gated off and they got cattle just running free in their land. Uh, so yeah, those are the ones where your cattle can just come up missing, and you might see it from the freeway because the mountains are near the freeway. You might see a cow laying down or something, which one of their owners is gonna be disappointed. They're probably gonna call the cops and think someone did it, and then figure out it has teeth marks, not a human. Uh, at least our mouths aren't shaped like that, so I hope they don't think it's a human. Uh, yeah, I am did not read that, so I am kind of bothered now because I'm curious because I wasn't bothered because I thought they were in Northern California because there's a lot of forest up there, forest area, a lot of other stuff where they were coming from, and they didn't say gray wolves, and now there's two types of wolves. Uh, yeah, I know you guys
well,
found worried because you're
not
not in
to mention
California.
coyotes.
I don't even know what that is.
Coyotes can
Oh,
crossbreed with wolves,
mm.
and those
Haven't
are
heard about any of
illegal
those.
in most states. Um,
Most of our areas with like coyotes and stuff like that, they're separated by those fences. Uh, I haven't heard a lot about coyotes bothering the cattle and all that, but you never know. Now that they got mountain lions here with them, I mean wolves with them, yeah. And then we got chicken farms and all kind of farms around here. They're gonna eat the chickens.
It's kind of eerie when you're sitting out in the country at night and you hear all the coyotes and stuff just wailing and making a ruckus, and you wonder where they're at.
Will they eat a dog?
yes,
Oh yeah,
if they can get the dog, they will eat it.
Aw, my mom
Yes,
has a
they well
dog.
they are opportunistic feeders. They are predators, but they are also scavengers. So if they can get at something, they will eat it. Um, I mean, if you're an animal like that, you never know when you're gonna eat next. So eat what you can when you got it, right?
Right.
So chickens,
well,
cats. Oh, that's a hell of a sound. Hearing coyotes eating a cat, all
cats
Uh,
kinds
are
of all kinds
cat
of
fights
terrible
sound terrible.
noises. Yeah. Um,
yeah. They heard something about when I stayed up north. They were talking about the mountain lions fighting with each other in, I will say, public places, but it would be in the middle of the night and it sounded like a cat fight. Uh, They'd be like, you can see the mountain lion right here past the house, and then you don't see the other one, but then you hear the fight, and then you see one walk that way. Yeah, cat fights
the winner.
or it might have been the winner. It might have been the same one, but they said you
Well,
can hear
if
two
it's
fighting.
if it's the one that walks away, that's the winner. Because they don't
Um,
both leave generally.
Yeah, that's interesting. And the other interesting part is just if they are around here, it's just like you might think something's a German Shepherd and a kid go up to it or something and it's a wolf. I never even thought I'd have to think about something like that, because this picture of this wolf looks like my mom's dog. Uh, that's the reason I thought that mainly. Um, yeah, check out that picture, guys. It's uh,
Maybe your
just
mom's
something.
dog's part wolf.
Uh, I think she's a Malinois German Shepherd. Uh, yeah, but check out that article, you guys, because that mountain lion is exactly. I mean, that wolf is exactly what my mother's dog looks like, and I'm just wondering. One day they're gonna end up, and we're not gonna know if they're dog or whatever. And the kids play with the dogs, which is
Mm.
very concerning. Yeah,
You should teach
dog.
your children not to play with animals they're not familiar with.
Oh yeah, my children, Fallout, and I mean, Fortnite doesn't include live animals, and neither does Roblox. Uh, so it's hard to get them near a wolf when you're in the house on a device. I mean, they're not always on the devices, but rather than be outside playing with some dog, they're gonna be somewhere
Mm.
playing with some device. It's kind of
Okay.
hard to get them outside unless I'm outside with them, which isn't always, but yeah. But also, there's a park around the corner, so never mind. They are outside kind of often now that I think about it. There's a park right there or over that way. Um, yeah. Uh,
There is not an established wild wolf population in the state of Florida. So it's cool that you guys have it um, over there, like an active spread. It's not anything being done like managed by the wildlife service there, is it? It's just they're returning. Is that, did I
yep.
catch that?
After more than 100 years, they say.
Yeah. Over here, I'm looking at an article from um, about Florida, and it's talking about the wolves in Florida. And yeah, red wolves once roamed widely across southeastern U.S., including Florida, until extensive hunting and habitat loss drove them to extinction in the wild. Um, After a successful reintroduction in North Carolina's Alligator River National Wildlife Refuge, the numbers grew to over 120, but the population has since plummeted to fewer than 20 known red wolves. North Carolina remains the only established wild population. St. Vincent's off the coast of Florida plays a vital role in red wolf recovery as a managed breeding site. So they're a safe haven for the wolves, develop necessary survival skills before being reintroduced to the wild. But there is no, yeah, even without an established wild wolf population, Floridians are crucial to becoming the world survival plan. Wow, why is this so hard? Floridians are crucial to the survival and recovery of wolves nationwide. We can Together we can protect them from becoming targets of trophy hunting and trapping. Yeah, fuck that. So,
Um, yeah. Looks like you guys might become prey soon.
ooh,
Uh,
yeah, I don't want that. But with
hopefully
so few
not.
of them, it's going to be difficult to run into one.
Do you think since you guys have those big snakes over there, which one would a mountain lion I mean, would a wolf even approach a snake like that?
Oh, wolf would be toast. In a fight between a 10-foot python and a wolf, pythons are ambush predators. They just sit still, play like a log until a wolf gets
Go to sleep.
within striking distance. Yeah, either nothing would happen or the python would win. There's no way that the wolf would go out of its way to hunt the pythons. They just would not be below the wolf in the food chain. Uh,
Um,
unless the python was already dead,
do you
say
think
from swallowing an alligator that it had ambushed.
do
But
you think a wolf would run into a python or an alligator first? Because Florida, you guys have both.
oh, there's no wolves. So or wait, no, there's no well, actually no, now that I think about it, I saw a map that there's pythons getting as far north as up around Daytona. So they're not just stuck to the Everglades. But their gators like saturate the entire state and up into Georgia and over into Mississippi and Louisiana and stuff. So the gators are far more abundant than the pythons are. Um,
Would a gator
so,
approach a wolf?
not really. They don't approach. They just sit and wait. And if something gets too close, then they boom. Reptiles. They're cold-blooded.
Opportunistic hunters.
Well, they're cold-blooded, so they don't have the metabolism and the internal energy to go and do a big, long chase and everything. They sun themselves to, keep their metabolism going, and they generally um, stay in a spot. Um, Gators often like to kind of hang out close to the shoreline of a body of water because they can lunge out quickly and they don't have to go far. If something gets close to, everything needs to drink water, right? So you get close, you start taking a drink. If you're a deer, it only takes a half
Mm-mm.
second for a gator to, lunge up and grab onto your neck and pull you back into the water, and then you're toast. It just rolls the death roll, and um, yeah, you're drowned and bleeding out and suffocating all at the same time.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's not a good way to go.
Right. Um,
Don't get close to the alligators. Um, but it's pretty easy. Don't get close to a body of water unless you see what's there. Don't poke them.
there's a an article here that you sent, Mark, and it wants me to start a subscription. I'm assuming you have the subscription because you send me articles from
Uh-oh.
CNN quite a bit.
Did I? Do I?
Uh,
Zoom in
this
ad
one,
block.
this one's sent by you. Yes, it is.
Oh, is it the manatees?
The 300-year-old bonfire tradition in North Ireland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was another one. That one was kind of interesting, for a
You want
different,
to go into it? Because I'd have no
uh,
idea. I can't read it. It won't let me go to it.
um,
I always have
But it
that
did
problem with
sound,
CNN too.
you what?
yeah.
I can't ever read the CNN articles. It only shows me part of them and then tells me that I need to subscribe.
Do you have an
Right.
ad blocker?
I have no
Because
idea.
I've got a VPN ad blocker and that seems to, but okay, wait. Um, yeah, okay, so this is interesting. And it's a little okay, I'll just read it and then we can discuss. A 300-year-old bonfire tradition in Northern Ireland has turned its flames on Muslims. In a tradition dating back more than 300 years, towering pyres have been lit every July in Northern Ireland to mark the Battle of the Boyne, which effectively cemented Protestant rule. They're held in loyalist neighborhoods, communities that strongly support the union with the United Kingdom, and often carry a political message with effigies of the Pope, the Republic of Ireland's flag, and other symbols of Catholicism and Irish nationalism being burned in the past. But this year, in the village of Moigashell, County Tyrone, the flames found a new target, a replica mosque with a figure holding what appeared to be an ISIS flag and banners on the tower reading "Secure our borders" and "End the threat of radical Islam" was burned on Thursday night. The group responsible, the Moigashell, was that the same word that they had earlier?
Don't
I
forgive me
think
for the
so.
pronunciation.
Moigashell. Uh, the group, the Bonfire Association, said it was aware their display might, quote, shock, offend, or outrage others, and blamed, quote, uncontrolled illegal mass immigration for their protests. Protests. Why do they need to put quotes around everything near CNN? It's like it's as if it's not a protest. What else would it be? Anyway. Um, It marked a further departure from the traditional 11th night bonfires lit in mainly working class Protestant neighborhoods on the eve of parades celebrating King William III's. That's King William of Orange for those who are um, curious. William of Orange's 1690 victory over the Catholic King James II. The bonfires are the centerpiece of the Loyalist calendar, underlining an identity built on being British. Many Loyalists insist they carry no politics at all and claim the Pallet Towers are a cultural and cherished expression of heritage, but many Catholic and Republican neighbors have long felt them intimidating. In Moigashell, police are, yeah, you see, they spell this name differently. They got a typo, I think. Moigashell. That's the way I've heard it pronounced. Police are threatening the display as a quote hate or are treating the display as a hate motivated crime and have charged a 56-year-old man with incitement to hatred. The man denied the charges at a hearing on Friday and was refused bail. Had the bonfire not been lit Oh wait, quote, had the not by had the had the bonfire not been lit, police would have secured the site and removed the offending material and seized it as evidence. Police Service of Northern Ireland Chief Superintendent Norman Haslett said in a statement, quote, hate crime has no place in our society and will not be tolerated. Hate crime. What about protest? The fire comes as anti-Muslim hate crimes rise across Northern Ireland and the wider UK. Last month, anti-immigrant protesters clashed with police during riots across the capital, Belfast, which saw homes and vehicles torched and authorities deploy water cannons. Anti-immigrant protesters protesting, I mean, they just completely leave out the fact that the protests were over the fact that this undocumented man was allowed just to come in and ended up trying very hard, doing his absolute best to behead a man in just open streets in daylight, and they came out and protested that. We don't like these people coming in and trying to behead us and our neighbors. And they're talking about it as if it's just this unreasonable, racist. Like, no, it only sounds unreasonable when you present it without the context of what they were protesting. Race hate crime in Northern Ireland has reached its highest level since records began in 2024. Islam is not a race. It's not a race. It's not
They're probably
race.
looking at this going to each his own.
No, it's not a race. It's not race hate crime. It's an ideology. It's a religion. It's not a race any more than Christianity. Um, Northern Ireland reached its highest level since records began in 2024, according to Amnesty International, which called the Moyga display a, quote, blatant attempt to stir up anti-Muslim hatred and intimidate local families. Allowing such spectacles to go ahead has helped normalize racism in Northern Ireland, the human rights organization added. The pattern extends to the rest of the UK. An average of 4 to 5 anti-Muslim incidents were reported every week in June alone. They don't like their daughters being raped. That's the
Understandable.
context for this. The report that they had to compile, estimating no less than, what, 250,000 British girls being systematically raped. I mean, we read just one account from that report. That's the context for those protests. Do we want to go and read another victim testimony from that report to give CNN's context that they're leaving out of this for these anti-Muslim?
Yeah, I love your input on some of these. Keep going.
The pattern extent, an average of 4 to 5 anti-Muslim incidents were reported every week in June alone. How many molestations and rape occurred every week in June? More than 40% of them arson or firebombing attacks. Well, that's not so. Hmm. Yeah, according to the Muslim Council of Britain, a representative body for the Muslim community in the UK. Hmm. For Naomi Green, MCB Assistant Secretary General, MCB. I'm not sure what MCB stands for. Lives in Northern Ireland. This week's incident is not a surprise. Quote, people are welcome to celebrate their culture in whatever way they want, she said. Does that extend to raping another culture's prepubescent girls? The culture
Uh,
that's hosting them?
are
These,
they hunting them down?
mm, I don't
Preying on
think that.
people?
Hmm. The problem, she added, was growing, quote, expressions of hate against and, quote, incitement against certain groups. Yeah, raping raping these girls is pretty instigating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Last year, the
Um,
same Moyga pyre burned an effigy of migrants in a boat. The figures in the boat represented people of color, with one appearing to be dressed in Islamic attire. I don't think they were representing people of color so much as they were representing people just coming in. without any context, need, or reason being given. One dressed in Islamic attire. What one? It's hard to see. It's just not a very big photo they've included. Why do they think they're all people of color as opposed to just. Uh, they gave them life preservers though. That's nice.
Yeah.
Um,
They sure did. They all
quote,
have
I
their
felt
bright
physically
orange.
sick. Huh?
They all have their bright orange life jackets on.
High visibility. Yes. Quote, I felt physically sick, she said of the 2025 display, noting that the same group has been selling badges from the bonfire since. Badges? What? There's not been any action taken, and that's kind of enabled this year. I mean, what action is there to take? What is the hate crime that is done except a a an expression of speech, free speech? If they if this is a problem, then free speech is a problem over there. Um, but that's definitely the case over in the UK. They have not had freedom of speech for a long, 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 long time. They've been arresting and jailing people over tweets
Damn.
for years now. So, yeah, it's
So you
it's
could probably curse at the police and go to jail.
I don't know about the police, but if you say anything insensitive about certain ethnicities within earshot of the police, you'll definitely have
Damn.
some issues. Um, yeah. Um, this week's incident has drawn widespread condemnation. The Church of Ireland and Catholic archbishops issued a rare joint statement Thursday calling it, quote, grossly offensive. Britain's Northern Ireland Secretary Hilary Benn called it a, quote, sickening and hourly act of intimidation. I mean, uh, researchers and human rights monitors have described a region, excuse me, a region where the old architecture of sectarian hostility has not disappeared but has been repurposed. Sectarian violence has given way to racially motivated violence. The Moygashiel Bonfire Association defended the display as, quote, lawful protected expression and, quote, political protest, saying that its opposition, quote, is not to people but rather to ideology and government policy. Yeah. Green said that better leadership and responsible conversations are needed. We quote, we have politicians on the radio talk about alien cultures, alien cultures, talk about barbaric groups of people as if the Muslims in North. Well, okay, barbaric groups of people is an interesting and very ironic word for them to use there. The
Are they talking
word
about the Muslim
barbaric.
people?
Yes, we have yes, she's saying politicians, we have politicians come on the radio talk about alien cultures. She actually says alien cultures and talk about barbaric groups of people. So the word barbaric comes to English um, from, I'm not entirely sure what time period it was, but beginning after the initial Islamic conquest, the Barbary states of Northern Ireland all became um, Muslim. And those nations then went about piracy in throughout the Mediterranean and up I mean, out beyond the Mediterranean too. Um, but they would go and, raid, plunder any ship that they could get their hands on, enslave anybody that they could. If you were not a Muslim, you were free game to be taken and turned into a slave. Everything you had, free game to be taken for the sole enrichment of the Muslims who um, take you. So all of that being endorsed by the Quran led to these Barbary states of northern Africa going about and being um, particularly vicious pirates throughout much of the Middle Ages. And um, so, yeah, to um, be to behave in a manner akin to the Islamic Berber pirates was to behave barbarically. The adjective barbaric comes from Barber states. Um, and to be a barbarian was to be as one from the North African Muslim Barbary pirate states. I mean, you can go and fact check me on all of this. Their slave raids extended all the way as far as Iceland. These um, pirate slave raids went. They had an entire island that they had established an outpost off of the coast of England in order to um, enable their slave raids and plunder all from. So, barbaric groups of people, quite literally, a lot of these refugees flooding into these countries are coming from Northern Africa, the Barbary states, and they're behaving perfectly in line with the cultures, the historical behavior of the cultures from which they hail um, barbarically. Um, okay. We have politicians come on the radio, talk about alien cultures, talk about barbaric groups of people as if the Muslims in Northern Ireland are all beheading people. Well, at least one of them is.
Sounds like
Introducing Sharia
it.
law and marrying children. Well, they don't marry the children. That's not what they're interested in necessarily. They just need to use
um,
the child briefly.
um, didn't we read something a couple weeks ago where it said like any woman who doesn't wear like the head wrap is open game or something like that?
Yeah, well, not the hijab, but the that was in the victim testimony from the rape gang report that
Yeah,
uh the girl,
I remember that.
her testimony, she said that as part of her abuse, she was taken by these men from place to place, from mosque to mosque, and there was one mosque she was brought in and brought forward as an example and shown to the congregation, and the imam said, "This, girls like her, fair game."
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the word they use, fair game.
non-Muslim, fair-skinned, blonde-haired Christian girls, Christian. They use as kind of a broad term for Western culture, which I mean, up until just a couple hundred years ago, was historically referred to as Christendom. Europe um, through even up to I mean, well, yeah, up to about the early mid uh, age of enlightenment, it was referred to and thought of as Christian. Um, so, yeah. Okay. Couple more paragraph, well, two more paragraphs. In addition to the anti-migrant rioting that swept parts of Belfast in June, after that dude in the middle of the street tried to behead another dude. I mean, when George Floyd was killed, there were riots, and
Hmm.
they're saying these riots, but they're not saying anything about why. Uh, yeah, summer saw riots that led to buildings housing migrants being attacked and burned. A lot of the quote, a lot of the rhetoric around that was Muslims and this conflation of Muslims and migrants as illegals. You know, it's all kind of collapsed into one category, even though Muslims are part of the society here. Well, they weren't until they all boated in Ireland, as everyone knows, the historically Muslim nation. Uh, there was not a historic Muslim population, Muslim community in Ireland back in the 90s. Definitely
uh,
not.
yeah.
Definitely. I mean, if you go back further, 90s, 80s, 70s, ooh, the Troubles. Ask an Irish person how many Muslims there were back during the Troubles, how much they thought about that then. No, there wasn't a Muslim community until they were brought in as migrants, as
I was,
illegals. That's
I was just gonna say
why
that.
there's rhetoric around it.
Mm.
And they're trying to behead people, and they're stabbing people, and they're raping girls. Not all of them, but the ones that are Muslims. And they're doing it justified based on their scriptures, endorsed by their imams, given the green light, telling them this is fair game. Go do this.
If she is not Muslim, she is fair game.
Yes. So not all of them go and do, but the ones that do are perfectly justified, and the ones that don't are keeping their mouth shut about the ones that do.
Hmm.
If they're being, if that congregation was told by the imam, yeah, it doesn't have to be all of them there going and actively doing it, but any of them that aren't going and actively reporting it, which would be all of them, they're all complicit. There's no way around that.
Um, yeah, there's a couple
But
articles here that you. Oh, go
uh,
ahead.
yeah, quick, just to circle back around the 300-year-old bonfire tradition. Yeah, um, they burned it down before the police came and made them take it down. They still burned their bonfire. Oh. I thought that was funny. Yeah, the police. Turns out that area with a strong history of sectarian violence, turns out the sectarian group kind of responsible for setting up these displays kind of had a bit of a tip off that, hey, the police are coming to get you, you know? Well, So, do you guys remember like back in the 90s that before September 11th and before um Islamic extremism became the kind of uh stand-in for just basically generically politically violent terrorism. Before that, it was like the IRA, who were the big scary guys who had paramilitary training camps over in Africa, right? Do you remember that? Wasn't
Vaguely.
there, yeah, I remember like movies and stuff. There was one or something that, you
A little
know,
bit.
IRA training camps over in Africa and stuff, you know? So these people in Ireland, they're not, yeah, there's so much that there's a whole drink, right? Go to a bar, order an Irish car bomb. Um,
That's not
Don't think
funny.
I've heard of that one.
it is a real, I mean, I don't know how widely, but yeah, I think it's like
Now I
you
just want
take,
to know what's in it.
I think that you take it's a shot of Irish whiskey that gets dropped into like a Guinness or something, and then but I'm not sure. Now I got to check that. And I mean, maybe somebody was pulling my leg.
Um, I got an article
Oh,
here though. If
hey,
you're done with that one,
cocktail. It is, yes, Irish car bomb or Irish slammer, Irish bomb shot, or Dublin drop is a cocktail made by dropping a bomb shot of Irish cream and Irish whiskey into a glass of Irish stout. I remember where I heard of it. It was from Always Sunny, wasn't it? Right? I think there was,
Never seen it.
yeah, like you jam the Irish, like a shot glass of Irish whiskey and or Irish cream and Irish whiskey in at the top of a glass over the Irish stout. So you pull the pin of the one shot and it drops the Irish cream into the yeah, and then you and or maybe yeah, you slam the whiskey and then you drink. I don't know. There was a whole the whole thing is just s- s- stupid, but I don't know. Kind of, I don't want to know. I want to know now.
I'm gonna do some research and talk about it on Wednesday.
Yeah, hold on. Preparation. The whiskey is layered over the Irish cream in a shot glass, and the shot glass is then dropped into a glass of stout. The drink should be consumed quickly as the acidity of the beer will cause the cream to curdle within a short time. Uh,
That's just
you
what you want
gotta
in your
drink it.
stomach, right?
Gotta drink it real
Right.
fast. Well, I mean, the stomach in the acid in your stomach would do the same anyway, right? The
Yeah.
acid would make it curdle, right? Isn't
Oh, I have
that,
the hiccups so bad. Yeah.
maybe you're
Deep
having
breathing.
seizures?
Every time I see you guys, I get the hiccups.
You're
Take deep
just so
breaths.
happy.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, I keep thinking it's because I talk so much, but I haven't talked today and still get the
Mhm.
hiccups. Well, I haven't talked much today.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been doing a lot of the talking.
you've been crushing it, man. Everybody press that thumbs up. Mark's been great, right?
Oh no.
Uh, but yeah, whenever you want to pass the mic, I'm here. But I love it. You're taking over. Handle that.
Oh, I got, hold on.
You read
He's got
your
to handle his
articles.
lava
It's been
lamps
great.
first.
Yeah,
Mm.
this guy. Here,
In the meantime, I got one.
orange wax. I'm
It
trying to
says,
reintegrate the orange wax there, and now I've seen all of the liquid on the side there. So I don't know, but I gotta keep illuminated. So we'll do yellow and pink in the meantime. I need to filter that
um,
pink liquid.
What do you
got it
got,
here that
Pookie?
says, California man doing donuts crushes own girlfriend as she
Oh my
flies
God.
from car in wild video.
There's a
Usually people lock
video.
the door. Yeah, there's a video too. I didn't watch it, but I'll guess I'll send it to you. Uh,
No, thank you. But
okay,
no, I don't want that in my brain.
okay.
I can imagine enough.
It's on Instagram. So it
Of course.
says a Fourth of July celebration in Solano County turned into a gruesome scene when a 20-year-old woman was mowed down and allegedly abandoned by her boyfriend. Alex Lexi Hardheart was sitting in the car passenger seat, being driven by a man identified by friends as her boyfriend, Alejandro Rodriguez Zatina, who was doing high speed donuts, in quote, donuts in Vallejo parking lot. The crowd had gathered there to watch the 4th of July fireworks when a few drivers, including the suspect, started doing car stunts, reported KTVU. Oh, KVTU. Did I say KU? Anyhow, in a
According to
gut
the station.
in a gut-wrenching twist, she flew out of the vehicle mid-stunt. Wow. Uh,
Why was she even in the car with him doing that in the first place?
well, I mean, you can't
I'm sure
control
she
what the
thought it'd be
driver's
fun.
doing. Yeah,
Stand
she
off to the, well, yeah, but
could have
stand
locked
off
your
to the
door.
side in the crowd and let him do the donuts and watch. Well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be. Yeah.
Anyhow, these are kids. Like you got to see they look like kids.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it says, "Oh, she fell off the car." A woman on the scene could be heard saying on the video that recorded the incident. The driver didn't stop to help. Instead, he allegedly ran over her twice and drove off
Oh
in an attempt to
shit.
flee. Vallejo police tracked down the driver hours after the stunt that left his girlfriend bleeding in the parking lot, slapping him with reckless driving and hit and run charges. Wow.
What about
It was
attempted
just
murder?
I don't think he
Yeah.
attempted to murder
At
her.
least at least vehicular manslaughter if she
Yeah, I was gonna say
dies.
vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'll finish it. It says it was it was just terrifying. Kaylee Cartwright, a friend of the victim, told the news outlet. She went to the scene of the crash the day after and found her friend's torn jacket and jeans. Hitting her, hitting her could have been an accident, but just leaving her there, that's not an accident at all, said Cartwright. Hardheart was set to start cosmetology school and is now left with a shattered pelvis and two broken legs, reads the family's statement on a fundraiser. Doctors have warned the family that Lexi will be, in quote, incredibly fortunate if she ever walks again after the savage hit. Oh man, yeah. She has already undergone her first major surgery where doctors placed a rod in one of her legs, but this is only the beginning of an incredibly long and difficult journey, the family said, as the, in quote, kind and compassionate young woman clings to life. Her mother has dropped everything to take care of her, to take her. Her mother has dropped everything to take her of her. The accident turned her family into the world, turned her family into the world upside down. Okay, yeah. That
Where
I
did
just
this
read what
happen?
it said in Vallejo. That's actually in California here, and they do a lot of side shows all the time. And so does Oakland. And 4th of July is quite an event. police aren't there, I could see there being a sideshow. And there was. That's messed up that her legs are broken. Well, it's messed up that he even left.
That's what's messed up is that he did this, which I'm sure wasn't necessary. It doesn't seem like it was on purpose, but then he just fucking took off and left her there. That's just
Yeah.
terrible boyfriend of the year award.
Uh, I'm not gonna use his age as an excuse. But yeah, he shouldn't have left.
How old was he?
Um, well, she's 18, so I'm assuming he's near that age, but that's just an assumption.
Most likely.
They don't say
Yeah,
his, but they both.
youth
If
is
he
no
looks younger than
excuse.
her, so uh,
Youth is no excuse. I mean, basic caring for another human being on this planet, you would have at least done something, not just run away.
yeah. Um, I sent the article. You can just see the guy's face. He looks younger than her. Uh, oh, she's 20, so they could be anywhere near that. Or yeah, damn, leaving her. That
They're probably
sucks.
about the same age.
Yeah, and then they got pictures of her messed up leg. Yeah, if you don't want to see it, don't click the link because it shows the link. Yeah, children. That happens, not the accident part, but the sideshows happen too often where someone ends up getting hit by the car and then the person driving either doesn't notice or just keeps going. Uh, and it usually ends with the person ends up doing donuts and then there's open crowd of people so they can take off down the street. Uh, so I can see that happening as he's leaving because that's what usually happens when the circle clears. You go. Uh, Not that I've done that. Um,
Without the person who
Allegedly, not the
started in the passenger seat right next to you, just
yeah.
boom,
Should have noticed that.
maybe, I don't
I
know
don't know.
how
Maybe
that's
he thought
possible.
she got out of the way, or maybe she did. I don't know what he thought, but that is very hooked up. Uh, yeah. Uh, got something else here that I thought was pretty interesting because it was outside, and I didn't know we could have bed bugs outside. Um, Yeah, but it says FIFA World Cup parties at MacArthur Park hit by bed bug concerns. Public park, just bed bugs. Interesting. It says thousands of soccer fans are expected to pour into Los Angeles MacArthur Park this weekend for massive FIFA World Cup watch parties, but public records obtained by the California Post revealed one unwelcome guest could already be waiting, bed bugs, while California Los Angeles Councilman Eunices Hernandez, who oversees the area, has prompted the event as a celebration of the park's revival. Newly released city records show the bed bugs topped the park's hazardous pest cleanup list with at least 36 documented removals over the past year. The same records the city the city sanitation crews cleaned up 679 incidents involving blood, mold, body fluids, and rodents. Workers also removed rodent droppings at least 1,035, illustrating the ongoing public health problems inside one Los Angeles' most troubled parks. The Post has spent the past year documenting conditions at MacArthur Park where residents and homeless individuals describe reoccurring bed bug infestation. Some told the Post the bugs became so unbearable they shaved their heads in a desperate attempt to escape them. The park has also become one of the city's most visible symbols of Los Angeles homelessness and drug crisis. Over the past year, the Post has repeatedly documented sprawling encampments, open drug use, discarded needles, prostitution, violent crime, and people appearing to suffer fentanyl overdoses throughout the park. Videos and photographs have routinely captured people slumped over on sidewalks in zombie like states as outreach workers, police officers, and sanitation crews struggle to keep the pace. Uh, City leaders have spent millions of cleanup, outreach, and enforcement in an effort to reclaim the park. Despite the challenges, Hernandez is hosting a free 2 day park to park 2026 event in partnership with Metro as part of the city's, in quote, Reconnecting MacArthur Park initiative, an effort to transform the park into a family friendly destination ahead of the 2028 Olympics and the World Cup. Saturday's celebration expands alongside Wilshire Boulevard from noon to 9 p.m., featuring additional watch parties for Norway versus England and Argentina versus Switzerland, along with live music, food vendors, youth soccer clinics, and family activities. The troubling sanitation records also come as Los Angeles earns another unwanted distinction. Earlier this week, the Post reported Los Angeles ranked the second worst city in America for bed bugs, according to Orkin's 2026 Bed Bugs Cities list. Only
What's
Chicago
number
ranked
one,
higher.
everybody? Oh, there we go. Chicago.
Health experts say are not spread by bed bugs are not known to spread disease, but the insects can leave itchy bites, trigger allergic reactions, and easily hitch rides on clothing, backpacks, and luggage. For the thousands of fans expected to descend on MacArthur Park this weekend, excitement for the World Cup may not be the only thing they bring home. And that is the end. I always been afraid to sleep in someone else's bed to bring home bed bugs, but to even go to the park because you're trying to avoid bed bugs is wild. And then when I found out it was near me, I was just like, wow, so much going
Yeah.
on around here.
Yeah, when the park is filled with homeless people sleeping in the park, that's their beds and the
Oh yeah, we got
place
some
for the
cities.
bed bugs to be. Yeah, I don't know.
They call them tent city.
Yeah,
These are huge
there's,
encampments. Like,
yeah,
uh, and it's the city will kick them out, and a year later it'll be that same city somewhere across town. Same people just moved. In Oakland, they allowed it, um, and they come by. I'm not sure if it's every day or every 2 days with the vans with the showers, and you get to wash your face, clean your body, and all that. Uh, I forgot when that. I think that happened when Obama was in office. Yeah, he got it so that they can try to clean up the areas. Uh, they're cleaning the people. I wouldn't say cleaning the areas.
didn't
Uh,
work. Big surprise. It didn't work.
I've um I've been in one of those tent cities. Just I knew somebody. I didn't know he stayed in the tent city until we got there. I'm like, where the hell are we going? He's like, oh, in here. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, it's very interesting. I'll explain when I went. When I went, the whole thing had a roof and there was a bunch of tents side by side. And then up there, you might be able to make a right in what seemed like you get to another street. Not necessarily a street, but there's tents that go around and then a long
There's a
pathway,
path.
yeah, path to other paths. And you possibly can get lost if you don't know where you're going. But I followed the person where he was going, and I was like, we took a few turns, not just short turns, not just 2 tenths in your turn, like 6 to 8. And
Ooh.
yeah, it's a lot. And some of these people have these great tents and areas set up. Like I seen one guy, he had nice mattress, desk or whatever it was. I mean, next to the bedstand. a nightstand. There we go. He had light. I was just like, these people, where are you getting light from? I don't know where he plugged up these things. People were watching TV, and I'm like, what the fuck? You guys are like way comfortable here. That's why you're not leaving. Uh, yeah, I didn't judge anybody. I didn't say anything. I was just like, damn, it's amazing to know what you can do with things. Just move into this city. I wouldn't even know how to move in if that opportunity came, but I was in
The
awe. I
first
was
step
looking around.
is getting kicked out of everywhere else. And
Yeah,
then you'll figure out how to move in there. I don't think anybody goes by choice, you know. Just
you never
a
know.
guess, just a guess, but I doubt people like living in that sort of lifestyle. I could be
Oh yeah,
wrong.
they love it. They looked way too comfortable to be not liking it.
You
If
think
you're
that
not liking something, you wouldn't have
they
been there for 3 years. But
you
no
think they
judgment.
would rather be there than like have a job and like an apartment and a house?
I'm gonna say
Like,
yes,
yes, you think so?
yes. People were having a good time in these places, and I'm like, you guys are. I couldn't enjoy myself and be sitting there laughing with a group of friends or smoking weed, and if you don't want to be there, you'd leave and you'd go get a job. But people being there 3 and 4 years and now too comfortable because they're bringing in the trucks to help them shower, and then they're giving free food. Um,
Okay. Well, yeah,
it's
then
just like, why
why
leave
leave?
now? They're
Yeah.
giving us food 2 times a day, and they're letting us stay here, and we're just building on and building on and building on
Mm,
because you can notice how big it's getting every time I pass it, and I don't go there often. So then I'm like, damn, it's like this building just came out of nowhere, except it's not a building. It's 2 or 3 blocks just covered with tents. Um, yeah, too comfortable. And yeah, like you said,
mm.
you don't think they want to
That's
be there? I think they do.
that's the
Um,
face of America. We're
one
showing how
one thing I
many of
seen.
these World Cup tourists coming in and descending on the park for celebrations, and they're seeing rat shit and bed bugs and dirty needles and tents.
Uh, this one they didn't have dirty needles and stuff. Surprisingly,
Oh,
people were
okay.
like, "Clean up your mess." And then there's a guy that was walking through, also like sweeping another area, and they were actually telling people, "Clean up your area. Don't make a mess over here," and stuff
I'm
like that. So
mm, I'm sure
yeah,
that made it much better.
uh, um, it isn't how people would assume when you go inside. This looks like if they could build up, they probably would, but I don't know. I couldn't say if it's a soft top or no, but they have a roof and there's a bunch of tents under there, and they are very comfortable. And like I said, if they wanted to leave, some people should have left a long time ago. But bringing food and and shower, and then they have a place where you can get clothes in the winter and get jackets, new stuff, not old
Mm.
stuff. Uh, why leave? I mean, I don't want to even go there to test that, but you feel me? If you got everything you need right there, you don't have to go pay rent. Well, actually, I'm not. But I'd assume you wouldn't be paying rent to anybody for that little spot on the street. But yeah,
As
I
long as
wonder if
you
I
can
could just
carve
move
that
in.
spot out, you gotta stake a claim, right?
Yeah, there were some tents that were just storage areas that had like a bunch of stuff if you needed. I was just walking by, just so in awe. And yeah, it's taken care way more taken care of than people would assume. When you go in there, you'll be like, damn, you got it. You might be living better than my bedroom. You could do a
Which
I
is
podcast in here.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
I feel like that's being that advanced is probably the minority. of homeless encampments.
Yeah, this one was too nice. When you look from the outside, you're like, oh, they're taking up the block. And then you go inside and you're like, damn, they are taking up the block. But I forgot I was on the block. And like I said, they were talking to other people, telling them to keep their areas clean, pretty clean. And I didn't see any needles. I've seen people smoking weed. I didn't see anybody, but I'm trying not to assume. But I'm thinking that obviously there might be people using drugs in that park. In that park. Um,
Well, the article said it.
well, I'm talking about a different area because I'm talking about Oakland, California.
Okay.
This was
Okay.
in Los Angeles, but Los Angeles does have a street named MacArthur as well. But um, yeah, FIFA World Cup ain't going to Oakland. They're like, no,
Mm.
Oakland, what? But they do have a park there where they actually could if they wanted to, because the Raiders and the Oakland A's left that stadium, so now it's just they are abandoned. Um, I was gonna say that would be a good home, but eventually they got to rent it out to another team. Um, so yeah, they got to work on cleaning these places. Maybe if they do like Oakland, they won't have as much bed bugs. I'm not telling them they should, but keep the area clean if you're gonna do that. Try to help the community. Subway. Um, yeah, uh, wouldn't move there. I'll just say that. No means necessary. I have so much family, so worst case scenario, I got somebody I can run to, not going to the park.
Mm.
Mm, mm, mm. Everybody out there watching, good old thumbs up. And forgot what else I was gonna say, but I do have an article if you don't wanna if you wanna go or can I go? Because this one's pretty interesting. Uh 8-year-old girl killed by lightning while playing just feet from her family. It's unfathomable. An 8-year-old girl was killed by a lightning strike while playing in a backyard just feet away from her devastated family members. Little Kinsley Tashida, nurse mother desperately tried to give her desperate CPR after the fatal strike in rural Illinois on Friday, July 3rd. But the girl later died at the hospital from her injuries, according to Kinsley's grieving grandfather. Kinsley was playing on a swing outside with her cousins on Friday when her uncle heard a rumble of thunder and then told them to get off the swing and come inside the house, only 20 feet away. Kinsley Kinsley was just climbing off, and all of a sudden, in an instant, there was no warning. It just came right in between the tree. Chris Sheeb, who helped raise the girl, told WGN TV in an emotional interview. In 5 to 10 seconds, she would have been fine, Sheeb said. Sheeb said his other granddaughter was less than 4 feet away from Kinsley, but escaped unscathed, along with the other family members who witnessed the lightning strike. They did try CPR, my son and my daughter, on her own daughter, and being a nurse, she took that real hard. She can't save her own daughter, Sheeb said. Basically, there's nothing else that could have been done. Kinsley was taken from a home in Serena to OSF, St. Elizabeth Hospital in Ottawa. Um, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Ottawa. Um,
Yeah.
in Ottawa, where she was pronounced dead. The LaSalle County Coroner's Office told the Post that an autopsy was conducted on Sunday. The official cause of death would be determined in about 4 to 5 weeks, the coroner said. It's unfathomable, it's unrealistic, and hard to grasp, Sheep said. Kinsley would have been entering the third grade at Rutland Grade School this fall. Her family says she loved to sing, dance, and bring joy to those around her. A GoFundMe was started to help Kinsley's family cover burial and medical expenses. You try to muddle through it, I guess. I never had to deal with this in my family until now, and it's changed me. I think we're all broken, Sheeb said. Kinsley's death is the fourth lightning strike fatality in the U.S. so thus this far this year, according to the National Lightning Safety Council. That is it. Surprisingly, she's the fourth. That's not the thing that only surprised me, but I didn't know it happened as common as light. I thought it was not common to get hit by lightning, but for this
Well,
year,
it's per capita, it's not very common, but there's billions of people on the earth, so it's, it's a numbers game. Um,
Being close to a lightning strike is awful.
yeah, uh, yeah, I couldn't imagine. I
yeah.
seen a video of one time, but
Nationwide, annually, per capita chance, well, nationwide, the annual per capita chance of being struck is about 1 in 600,000. So in a country of about 330 million, there's going to be a bunch of people. Um, so the lifetime probability is about 1 in 15,300. So roughly 270 people are struck each year, and survival rates are near 90%. So, yeah, but there is a geographical distribution, and Florida is the lightning strike capital of the U.S. So, Florida makes sense. It's a thunderstorm capital. So, um,
mm,
yeah. Sunshine State, also the lightning state, thunderstorm state, is kind of a, a land of contradictions
mm.
where ancient reptiles roam. How
Um,
mysterious, right? Do you want to
in
move here?
another article, they're talking about diarrhea, but I just started
Okay.
like that so your face can glow and you're like, what the fuck? But yeah, an outbreak of diarrhea caused by a parasite has hit
You
at least
sound so
17.
excited to be talking
I
about
do.
diarrhea, Pookie.
When it's the
Uh,
craziest stuff, that's what catches me. Like this is so
okay.
crazy that it's so interesting. But I gotcha. Says an outbreak of diarrhea caused by a parasite has hit at least 1,700 people. Here's how to stay safe. Uh, Watch out, you guys. Says summer is the best time to be enjoying fresh berries and cool caprese salad with a sprinkling of fresh basil, preferably poolside. But this summer, with cases of diarrhea caused by a microscopic parasite called cyclospora climbing across several states, you may want to take extra care with how you prepare your produce and where you swim. The epicenter of an outbreak is Michigan, where more than 1,500 people have fallen ill as of Friday. Ohio has also seen a nearly 200 cases. Other states, including New York, Indiana, Illinois, North Carolina, and Texas, have also reported a jump in cases. Although it's not clear whether they're all a part of the same outbreak, the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention says, in quote, multiple states have reported an increase in cases in the last 2 weeks compared with the same period in 2025. The agency said its national count 843 confirmed cases since May 1st. It's lower than states' counts, while cases undergo further analysis. CDC is aware the states are likely to report higher case counts of cyclosporosis. So, uh, this one has another letter on it. Sporo
Cyclosporiasis.
Psoriasis. There we go. I knew you'd get it before me. Anyway, uh, cyclo, whatever that was said, then reflected in CDC data and working closely with states, to update numbers as additional cases are confirmed, it said Friday. While it's not likely to kill you, psychosclerosis, spor- psoriasis, by all accounts, is not something you want to deal with. The watery diarrhea, cramping, and bloating it causes can cause wait bloating, and it causes can quickly leave you dehydrated and even land you in the hospital. More than 70 people have been hospitalized in Michigan and Ohio. If you get norovirus or something, you might have a rough 24 to 48 hours. But people with this parasite can be sick for weeks or sometimes even months with a sort of relapsing pattern, and so that they can really wear down your body, said Dr. Caitlin Rivers, an epidemiologist. I said that right the first time, which is interesting. Uh, an epidemiologist and senior scholar at the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. She recently wrote about the outbreak in her "in quote force of infection" newsletter. Importantly, the investigators say they haven't yet been able to determine the source or sources causing this year's cyclosporiasis cases. But based on experience with the bug, there are some ways you can try to keep yourself safe. Know how it infects people. The good news is that psychosporiasis doesn't pass directly from person to person. You can get it by eating or drinking something that's been contaminated several weeks prior, usually fresh produce or water from a swimming pool. This parasite is resistant to bleach, so it can show up in recreational water sources like chlorinated swimming pools and oh, I'm sorry. I thought I felt something touch my foot. In chlorinated swimming pools and splash pads, but also in lakes and rivers. If you have an outbreak in your area, especially, it might be best to avoid public swimming areas. Cook your fruits and veggies. When it comes to fresh fruits and vegetables, um, the safest thing to do, prevent getting sick, is to cook them, Rivers said. Cooking food to an internal temperature of 158 degrees Fahrenheit or higher kills cyclospora, according to Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. How long it takes will depend on your cooking method. Using a food thermometer can help you know that you've reached a safe temperature. Always wash your produce. If it's something you can't really cook, if it's something you can't really cook, like salad greens, you'll want to wash it thoroughly for the first for at least a minute by immersing it in water and swishing it gently by hand. The bowl of salad spinner is effective for this. For example, researchers have also tested a rinse of 1 part of vinegar and 3 parts water, and this also works to remove most cyclospora spores from produce. In one study, even carefully washing couldn't remove all of cyclospora, however, which provided and proved to be stickier than other parasites. My read of studies is that rinsing helps, but it's not reliable, said Rivers. Other practices that may help reduce the risk, including breaking off and discarding the outer layer of the head of lettuce and scrubbing firm fruits and vegetables with a soft brush while rinsing. Consider consider steering clear of certain high risk foods. You don't have to avoid all fruits and vegetables because of an outbreak with the underdetermined cause. But if you're particularly vulnerable, perhaps because of age or medications that lower your immune function, you could consider steering clear of foods that have been involved in outbreaks in the past. They include foods that are harder to wash or people might be less diligent about washing, including raspberries, basil, salad mixes, including vegetable trays and coleslaw, cilantro, berry, fruit mixes, lettuce, snow peas. What to do if you get sick. In the midst of a known outbreak, infectious disease experts recommend heading to the doctor for a diagnosis and treatment. If you have diarrhea for longer than 48 hours, if it's been if it's been more than 48 hours, it's reasonable to test for it, said Dr. Rebecca, an infectious disease expert at Michigan State University Healthcare. Standard tests to look for stomach bugs don't typically include cyclospora. Your doctor may need a special order because the parasite sheds intermittently. You may also need several tests spaced out 24 hours apart to get an accurate diagnosis. Treatment is 7 to 10 days of the combination antibiotic, sol meth, methoxolate, uh, and then trithoprim, which is sold as a Bactrim and Septra. The recommendation to people to treat people who have psoriasis because it can last long and it's just uncomfortable, Skeen said. And it can increase, spread into the environment if we don't treat it. Oh, that's over. Yeah, so now I gotta
And
look
this
out.
what caused Taco Bell to remove a bunch of stuff from their menu?
Is it?
I have no idea because I didn't. Actually, I need to know when this article was. Oh, this article came out yesterday, so I don't know when did Taco Bell take their stuff down? Everybody out there watching, press
Um,
that thumbs up button.
what
Temporary
is
pulled
today?
fresh produce, including lettuce, cilantro, onion, pico de gallo, guacamole. This is an internal supply chain action in response to growing cyclospora parasite outbreak. So yes, you are right.
Mm.
I saw something about that the
If
other
you
day that
are
like they were
pregnant,
removing lettuce and stuff from their menu. It's like, how do you get tacos without lettuce?
I know. The Taco Bell store locator apparently provides current menu status directly if you are really concerned about it. But
Uh,
yeah, the Google AI says symptoms first and foremost, frequent explosive watery diarrhea.
yeah,
So avoid.
I'm just not gonna eat Taco
Mm,
Bell.
Just don't eat. Just stop until it's all fixed.
I just
Snow
hope that all the
peas.
fruit and stuff I ate this morning isn't infected.
Well, you've got, I mean, it says symptoms generally appear 1 to 2 weeks after ingestion, though they can manifest in as little as 2 days. So you got a while. You'll be
I got
good
a
for a
week.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
week to
Basil,
2 week. But it
raspberry,
says direct person to
cilantro.
person spread is not likely. So um that's nice. Yeah,
That's good.
apparently the parasite needs time outside the body to become infectious, it says. So
Huh.
yeah,
So
I've
just
been eating strawberries, grapes, and blueberries every morning for the last week.
I was
yeah.
gonna say
And
strawberries isn't
keep
on that list, but it says fruit mixes and berries, so that could
mm,
include strawberries.
and
And
keep any
blueberries.
keep any and all frequent explosive watery diarrhea away from any fresh produce you intend to eat,
Right, that'd help.
and
Uh,
wash thoroughly should the two ever meet. Wash
I think
everything.
I'd probably just throw it away.
Just to be safe, I guess. That's probably good.
yeah. But it's hard to tell. Now I'm just so curious about my stomach now, because we kind of do lettuce. Kind of. I had a salad yesterday with dinner.
Well,
Um,
Did you
2 weeks.
wash it first?
the
Uh-oh.
plate was made before I got the salad, so I don't know what happened ahead of
Uh-oh.
time. So now I have to
I always
ask, but
I did wash all of my fruit when I brought it home from the store, but
actually, I don't think it was. And the only reason I say that is because we usually get the bag salad. I don't know if my mom rinses the bag salad, which could be a problem now that I think about it, because it says salad mixes, including vegetable trays and coleslaw. I've had some coleslaw recently. Uh, I've had some salad mixes a lot recently. Uh,
I
a lot of
wonder if you
berries.
can placebo your way into frequent
Don't
explosive
do that to
watery
me.
diarrheas.
Don't do that. 'Cause now
you brought it up, Pookie.
Yeah,
my
you're
stomach is
thinking about
already thinking, oh
it.
man,
I just
Oh,
should
think
I?
it's wrong that I want Taco Bell now.
I'm kind of hungry. I got to admit,
Um,
my
yeah,
stomach is, yeah, it's not entirely displeased with the idea.
cilantro is what surprised me because I get it on tacos. Uh, Now I'm sitting here contemplating what I feed the kids and what I not feed the kids. Uh, Change of diet is in place.
Mm.
Go get some Taco Bell for dinner. You'll
I'll
be
keep
good.
this tab
You
open and I'll
send
pass it to
sending
my
him.
daughter and say, read
You
this one.
you're sending Pookie for tacos? Is that it? Are you done
No.
with
I'm
us
gonna
for
be
the?
going for
Are you
I'm
done?
gonna go for tacos in about half an hour, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Watch out for the cilantro, you guys. Most heard about the cilantro. I love cilantro on tacos, and I love tacos. Uh, we got a lot of taco shells in the refrigerator. Uh,
I mean,
the big ones
just
and the little ones.
be ready to get that combination antibiotic and just go, go for it.
My primary is in. He's like so far away from where I'm at right now. So to get tested 24 hours apart, they said that's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to stay at the hospital maybe. Uh,
Buy whole heads of lettuce instead of pre-washed bagged greens and separate and wash herbs like cilantro and basil. Peel or trim the outer layers of produce like green onions. Avoid drinking untreated water. Yeah.
the part where they said explosive explosive diarrhea,
That was
explosive
the
watery,
watery. Yeah.
watery.
watery,
There's
spokes.
they frequent explosive watery. There's so many adjectives that are not generally included in a list of symptoms, and they threw them all at us. So yeah, they want to be very clear that this is not fun.
My stomach is now telling me check that salad because there is extras in the refrigerator from last night. I mean, I didn't read if it had a smell or anything, so I don't want to go in there and put my nose over the salad because everybody has to eat it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it would have a smell. Like,
Um,
well, the salad, at least. The frequent explosive diarrhea, I imagine, would have a smell.
uh, yeah, my stomach is saying wait for that salad to sit in from last night because that's scary. Uh,
Yep. Set a timer on your phone, T minus 14 days.
I'm gonna go get me some of those
Am
little
I exploding?
probiotics frequently. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh man, God, it's crazy. I gotta what I gotta watch out for now. And just reading a post that said diarrhea was thinking I thought it was funny, and come to find out this shit ain't funny. Takes a lot out of my diet.
I mean, yeah. Well,
At least
yeah.
you're far away from the original outbreak. I'm the closest
Yeah,
of all of you.
damn. Sorry to hear
But they
that.
ship nationwide, don't they?
Most likely. But if it's all concentrated in one area, kind of, then it's probably more likely you're going to get it if you're close to that area than if you're halfway across the country.
Flawless
Uh,
logic. Yeah.
it also said New York, Illinois, Indiana, North Carolina, and Texas. So yeah, they're still near you. They're still nearest you.
It's
Uh,
right next door.
yeah. So yeah, watch out, Andrea. No bag salads. Um,
I don't have any bag salad or
oh, good,
cilantro.
good, because bag salad is my thing. They all come in different salad types and then
Oh, yeah,
flavors. You
they're
can get to
good.
see. Yeah. And now I don't even know how to look for it. How do you look for the? You just wait until the frequent explosive comes up. Oh wow,
I
there's
mean,
no way
the
to check
deed is
for it.
done, man. If you have been occupied by cyclospora, it's too late. It's gonna happen, you know. So
Uh,
don't
You might as well live it up
worry.
now.
Don't worry, just wait. You don't need to do anything. You've already
legit, my stomach legit hurts right now. I'm not sure what to think.
done it.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe we should change topics.
Well, the article is over, so I mean,
Oh, hey,
uh,
perfect timing then.
yeah.
Do we have something different lined up?
Oh, I got plenty. I stay
Oh,
ready.
man,
Uh,
okay.
it says New Jersey woman with boobs tattooed accused of sexually assaulting a child and posting twisted footage on Snapchat.
What?
Snapchat cops. Yeah. 25-year-old New Jersey woman was busted on sex crimes charged a week after allegedly sexually assaulting a young child and sharing sickening footage of the abuse on Snapchat. Victoria Ann Kramer, not Kramer, Kramer is accused of allegedly recording the vile video on May 6th in the bathroom of a Little Egg Harbor, Little Egg Harbor home using a cell phone gifted to her by a former roommate who discovered the footage when the alleged pervert recently returned the device. NJ.com reported, citing court documents. Investigators identified Kramer in the 14-second clip by her tattoos, including one on her leg depicting boobs, according to police. That's so sad. Kramer was laughing in the footage while she was allegedly sexually assaulting the child, who police said was younger than 13. Several other videos capturing Kramer and alleged victim in the bathroom were also found on the phone. The creep posted at least one of the illicit videos on Snapchat in New Jersey. Uh, 1015 reported. Kramer was kicked out of her home in May following a fallout with her roommate and was asked to return the phone she received for her birthday, court records show. The device was left in the mailbox at the home, and then Kramer, ex-roommate, discovered the videos of the alleged sexual abuse, cops said. Both state and local authorities were alerted to the heinous accusations, and Little Egg Harbor Police Department detectives seized the cell phone and obtained a warrant to search the phone on May 28th, according to NJ.com. Kramer was arrested Tuesday and charged with sexual assault, manufacturing child sexual abuse material, possession of material, and endangering. Following her arrest, Kramer was taken to the Ocean, Ocean County Jail in Toms River, New Jersey, where she remained as of Friday. No attorney information for Kramer was immediately available, and that article is done. What the hell are people thinking? Um,
I second that.
uh, yeah,
Just
why would you record it? Like, do you want to know?
why would you do it?
Yeah, like, yeah, but that too. But what the hell is wrong with people? Recorded on Snapchat is what got me. Um,
That's the thrill. That's the
mm,
kink.
yeah.
That's what got her off, I think. Sharing it with
She got caught
adrenaline
by her
rush.
tattoo.
Huh. Yeah, well, the adrenaline rush, sharing it. And isn't Snapchat? Snapchat's the one where, like, it's up, you view it once, and then it's gone forever, deleted and not saved or whatever. Isn't that,
Um, no,
or am I?
Snapchat, someone can send you a video and it could be over after you read it and go out of the DMs. But um, on Snapchat, you can make whole 1 minute videos and people can watch your feed all day. Restart from the beginning and go to the end, restart from the beginning and over if they wanted to. But that's gross that she would even put people in the position to find something like that, uh, or even do it. I keep saying that. I was surprised too that it was even a woman.
That's
Why wouldn't she
underreported.
go find a man? Because she's not a bad looking woman, but
Well, that's not what she's after.
yeah, yeah. New Jersey, hell of a place. Not
That
blaming
kid, I
anybody in
mean,
New Jersey or saying you guys are
just
like
think, I
that.
mean, that kid, were it not for this falling out and that phone being demanded back and returned, that kid would be living with this trauma silently, probably for decades. It would probably never be caught, right?
Yeah. I think she probably would have. Snapchat would have probably, or not Snapchat, but someone watching that probably would have noticed.
Maybe,
Uh,
yeah, she's not too bright.
But if they're out there
yeah,
looking for that, they're probably not going to report it.
yeah. Uh, I feel bad for the kid, but they didn't say if it was. Oh, they did say it's under 13. So mm, yeah. Uh, Never imagine someone saying that for a woman. I mean, it's bad for a man too, but that fucking sucks, bro.
There
Uh,
are women sex offenders just as well as men sex offenders.
Well, there have been studies that have shown that men on average go 2 to 3 decades longer before reporting on sexual abuse in their past, if ever. Um, so the lack of um, female offenders is, yeah, it's not that it's not happening. It's, emasculating to the victim, and uh, in a culture where men are supposed to be masculine, that's kind of um, just entirely antithetical. Reporting it, labeling
yeah.
yourself as a victim of a woman, right? And men are supposed to like it, right?
Uh,
Um, yeah, uh,
uh,
probably saved that kid a lot of further
yeah,
trauma.
definitely. So now that they know, you don't have to worry about telling your story or hiding your story for years. It just came out,
Well,
which probably would suck. And that's why they didn't put the kid's name in here.
that's
Well, because
why
they're minor
everything
and
is
all
all
that.
so completely anonymous and everything. And even then, it's probably going to be traumatizing for the boy because it's probably just by process of elimination, people in that social circle will know who, um, even beyond those who saw any of the content um, directly, um, people will know. Um,
Uh, yeah, there's another thing I had here. Uh, so would you guys say Can give you two options: sex ads or hands blew off.
What?
Hands
Hand,
blew off.
hands.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm
Um,
gotta turn
yeah,
up the volume here, but I'm listening. I'll be stepping away for a sec. So,
gotcha. California mom goes ballistic after their teen son's hands are blown to pieces following near death mistake. An explosive 4th of July celebration for two Southern California teens resulted in the traumatic injuries to their hands with potential amputations, leading to a desperate warning from one of their mothers. Maria Escalante, a mother of twins, told CBS News that one of her boys and a friend lit up an illegal firework they picked up off the streets in Anaheim, which immediately blew up their hands. Escalante's son lost several fingers on his right hand and is currently hospitalized with bandages wrapped around both fists. His twin sibling, who witnessed the unfortunate blast, is traumatized by the tragedy, she said. He is not doing good. He is going to be in the hospital for about 2 months. His hands are literally butchered, Escalante told CBS. The devastated mother that devastated mother said that her son would need reconstructive surgery, but if there isn't blood circulation in his surviving fingers, then the only way forward would be amputate his fingers. They're going to do their best to reconstruct his hand, but they can't guarantee nothing. There's going to be there's going to see if he has proper circulation going to the last fingers he has, to the last few fingers he has left on his left hand, she told the news outlet. Escalante went back to the scene on South Mountain View Avenue and found pieces of illegal fireworks. She was demanding that Anaheim police investigate the pipeline of pyrotechnics. Um, the other teen's mother told me that every year they sell fireworks here. So I don't know if the Anaheim police knows about this or not, but they need to start investigating, she said, adding the other boys' hands were also badly injured. Oh, wow. Illegal fireworks continue to pose a severe safety threat throughout California. According to 2023 data from California Department of Public Health, fireworks incidents led to 718 emergency department visits and 200 non-fatal hospitalizations across the state. Last month, California Post reported that banned fireworks are steadily streaming into the Golden State from California, no, from Nevada. Sorry, I just thinking California and said California. Yeah, streaming into the Golden State from Nevada, where a dozen retailers are seeing a substantial influx in California buyers seeking to evade local bans. The devastating consequences of these explosives were seen at the 4th of July party last year when an 8-year-old girl lost her life after a man ignited an illegal $400 cake packed with professional grade explosives that ultimately malfunctioned. That is it. Um, yeah, they tried to get the fireworks off the streets, but yeah, it's like they tell the people, you guys shut this down, this is illegal. And then they just hook it to the back of their truck and move to another corner. That's exactly what's happening. It's just like they don't care about these. They say they care, they talk about it on the news, but I don't know if it's just too much to police or they don't care.
Imagine it's very hard for them to police it
Yeah, and
if
then
that's, you know,
this town doesn't really also have a police. It has community service. So uh, we don't see those driving around often, police in places. Yeah, like I said, yeah, my mother's car got broken into the other day. Community service officer uh, is what came to check it out. I'll check back in with you guys if we hear anything. We're not going to hear anything. Uh, But yeah,
What all
blew
they
his
mess
hands
up on your
off.
mom's car?
Just the under the dashboard and the place where you put
Steering
in the
column?
key. Uh, yeah, it looks like they pulled it down to probably see if there's any wires or anything. Didn't see any wires, so they tore off the key part to see if they could put something in there because obviously you don't have a key. I was thinking maybe they try to use scissors or something, or I don't know how to steal a car. But it looked like they tried to jam it and tried to keep doing it over and over. So they took the black part off. So yeah, now you can just see exposed part, and you're gonna need to catch the bus from here on out, or get that part fixed eventually.
New ignition switch?
Yeah, that freaking sucks. My mother had to catch the bus to her doctor's appointment because of that. But yeah, back to the kid getting his hands blown off. Uh, the pictures are very interesting. It's not showing his hands blown off, but from what they said, he's missing some fingers and stuff. And yeah, I'll send you guys that article. Look at it or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's always fireworks related injuries and death every year. Um,
yeah.
it's a
Out
shame.
here,
Mm.
out here, they said it was in this city. They said there was. Wait, I'm not sure if it was in this city, but it was on the news, and there's like a few cities in this county. Um, that 300 was it 200 people needed to be transferred to the emergency room. 300 incidents where fire accidents happened, including fires. And they were showing some of the areas that caught on fire. And there was an area where it was someone's backyard that the fire went from someone else's house and wrapped around and went into that person's backyard.
Mm.
And they had a car back there, two cars back there, and now they were gray, just burnt up. Uh, it's just messed up. I don't know if insurance covers things like that, but yeah. Mm. Um, yeah, onto the sex ads, which is not as bad as you might think from just me saying that part. It says vile sex ads disgust SoCal neighborhood. Getting rid of them is not so simple. A trailer plastered with vile ads for sex on demand has outraged a Southern California neighborhood, but a legal roadblock has made getting rid of it anything but simple. The pink and white two-wheel trailer has been moving around North Long Beach for months, drawing dozens of complaints from disgusted neighbors who say it promotes the Pinky's Girls website. The site advertises, in quote, adult fun and, in quote, hookups in more than 400 cities across the country, including Long Beach, according to the Long Beach Post. The trailer latest stopped at an intersection of Cherry Avenue and Del Amo Boulevard, where residents say it has been parked since at least Thursday. Neighbors have been voicing concerns that the ads are appearing in an area already plagued by prostitution and human trafficking, where others worry children are being exposed to the explicit messaging. Despite repeated complaints, city officers face legal hurdles after Long Beach lost a similar case involving advertising trailers. In 2018, the city's attorney office ordered Hit and Miss Enterprises to remain trailers to remove trailers that advertise the company's cleaning business while legally parked on public streets, and use the store to store and transport cleaning supplies after the city impounding the trailers. The company sued, arguing its constitutional rights were violated. A judge ruled that city had improperly restricted advertising based on its content and found the policy failed the legal standard known as, in quote, strict scrutiny. The court concluded the city violated the company's First Amendment rights in order to pay nearly $300,000 in damages. Council member Tuna Thrash Intook, whose eighth district includes the intersection where the trailer is now parked, said city officials and Long Beach Police Department are, in quote, highly aware of the situation and the, in quote, bad actor responsible for reportedly moving the trailer from neighborhood to neighborhood. According to the Thrash Intook, the trailer had previously been parked in neighborhood District 9, including along Long Beach Boulevard, a corridor known for human trafficking. Police enforcement has coordinated multiple tows, but the city's ordinance allows vehicles to uh, remain in the same location for up to 72 hours, allowing the trailer to return after being moved. End quote. Playing a game of whack-a-mole every 72 hours is not permanent solution. Thrash Intook wrote in a Facebook post. She said she is now working with the police department and the city's attorney office on a possible long term solution, including requiring the trailer's operator to obtain business license to advertise from public streets and creating buffer zones that restrict advertisements for adult content, cigarettes, and alcohol near elementary schools and daycare centers. Long Beach Police said, in quote, have and will continue to take enforcement action when appropriate, but did not specify what measures could be taken. In the meantime, Thrash and Took urged residents to continue reporting the trailer to the police and through the Go Long Beach app to build record of a nuisance. Some some neighbors frustrated by the lack of permanent fix have even floated the idea of spray painting the trailer themselves on social media. Mm, that is all. Uh, yeah, it's literally it says Pinky's Girls, adult fun, adult hookups. Uh, that is kind of messed up to just put on a regular street, and it's outside of a McDonald's.
Well, it's especially concerning when it's rolling around in a region that is known for being like wrought with human trafficking. It's like that's like extra sketchy.
Yeah,
You
to put
know,
it outside of a McDonald's.
what are they? Well, and yeah, and like what is, where are they getting the girls?
Um, no idea. Uh,
That's the thing, and they're when they're saying it's a region known for human trafficking, that's kind of the implication that the girls they're kind of offering up girls that they've smuggled in or from
oh
somewhere.
yeah, it is a
So
.com website. So
so it's
Creepy?
it I mean beyond creepy, it's disgusting. Like the article says. I think that's a perfect word for it.
Yes.
If anything, it's not strong enough, but there's the English language has its limitations, so um, that's as close as I can get right now. We should try making up some new words to like get to a higher, bigger level of grossness. To
uh,
I don't know. It's
gotcha. Um,
mm,
it's very interesting. The post I sent it to you because it's directly in front of McDonald's. Like you can't miss McDonald's without. So if you go to
oh
McDonald's,
yeah.
you are gonna see this.
Your
Uh,
kids in the play place are gonna be looking at
right.
Pinky's
The
Girls Adult Fun hookups.com. Yeah.
two doors to enter the McDonald's are right in this picture.
Well,
Uh,
and both of them are labeled exit. So
oh, okay.
as
Yeah,
you
so they gotta
leave the
exit.
McDonald's, you gotta look at this trailer.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. So 400. Oh, they're also I remember it saying they were doing it in 400 cities across the country. They're advertising for. So, um, yeah, I'll look up some, see if there are more of those things being parked around anywhere. I'll do my research and let you guys know how that goes.
Mm.
But yes, it
Well,
is.
I mean, it seems like there's gonna be a First Amendment issue battle. Oh, wait, here, hold on. If you scroll down further, yeah, there's a picture. The trailer has like one side completely missing, and it looks like that's
Oh
the
yeah,
side that's facing the McDonald's.
yeah.
So inside the
You
McDonald's,
wouldn't notice.
you're not necessarily looking directly at it. Some people might be able to see the front or the back. It's a pretty small trailer, but that still, and
It
who knows
stands
if
out.
that's the same place? It might have been a different McDonald's. Oh, there we go.
Uh,
I'd rather
Two
look at
pictures
this
with McDonald's
advertisement.
behind it. I think
Lunchables
it's the same one.
advertisement just popped up over top, and that's better. Lunch your way. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it seems like there's going to be a First Amendment thing. Um, right? Like a company has a right to advertise. A
But is what
legit
they're
company.
advertising legal?
Yeah, a legit company has the right to advertise. So they're going to have to argue what they're doing is legal and legit, and then argue like the language and whatnot. There might be city ordinances regarding where such establishments may be located, and still none of that even touches on the parking it in a neighborhood known for prostitution and illegal prostitution and human trafficking. And then this thing, it's just all kinds of extra sketchy on top. Like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
I'm not a legal expert, but I can't imagine that getting all the way through a court without getting a finger wagging.
I didn't think I read that they knew who it was, did they? Uh,
I don't know. I mean, whatever. Don't trailers have to have a license?
Tags and licenses, depending on the size of the trailer.
So it
If
it
might
it's
be
does
small
more than
enough,
not.
a
you
trailer.
It
They
doesn't
might
have
have.
one.
Well,
maybe it's below the size requirements.
oh
Possibly.
wait, yeah. Unless this is a different. Oh wait, yeah. No, it is a different one. 2018 hit and miss on enterprises to remove trailers that
Mm.
advertise their cleaning business. This isn't a cleaning business.
It actually does have a
Well,
license plate. I zoomed in, and
oh,
yeah, this zoom on this MacBook is nice. Everything just, but yeah, strawberry watermelon refresher, and the dirty Dr Pepper. Yeah, yeah, you can see McDonald's and all the things they're offering in the background.
oh
Sprite
boy.
Berry Blast. Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So um it's been great, you guys. I'll see you guys again on Sunday
Tuesday,
soon. There we go.
Wednesday, soon.
Live
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes, next Wednesday.
Right.
That's the day. Yeah.
Everybody have a good day and see you soon. Um yeah, I'm having fun doing this, so we'll be back. And cut.